Welcome everyone to episode 1 of Real Talks with Lou, my very first podcast episode. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate your love and support, and I can't wait to just get into this conversation with you, this topic of discussion that I want to share with you guys, a topic that's a real life struggle right now for me in my life. But like I said, I'm going to keep it 100 with you guys. I'm going to keep it real. And yeah, let's get right into it. So today, my topic that I want to discuss is self-care. Yes, this is a very big struggle for me. And sometimes I just feel like there are not enough hours in one day. Like 24 hours, even with daylight savings time, is just not enough for one person to get all the things done that they have to get done in the day. But 24 hours is all we're given, so I gotta work with that. So you know what? I gotta figure out how I can do all the things I want to do and still not burn out, not feel exhausted, not feel overwhelmed. And part of feeling this way is because I have not been caring for myself. I have not been focusing on making sure I'm okay so that everyone around me can be okay. And you know what? It's been a real struggle, but at a point in my life where I felt like I was losing myself a little bit, slipping a little bit, I was fortunate enough to have people around me where they could look at me and tell me the truth. Like, I really needed to catch myself. I really needed to start putting Lou first, because Lou can't be the super mom, the super, employee, the super friend, the super, every hat that I had, I wanted to be great and amazing at it. And I felt a little guilty when I started dropping the ball. I felt a little guilty, feeling overwhelmed within myself. And it was really hard for me to honestly take a step back, look at the situation and say, you know what? I need to put some of all these things down and put me on as my own hat. Like, I need to worry about me a little bit, get myself straight so that I could be able to do all the things that I want to do and to be there for all the people I want to be there for, and also be there in such a way that I'm not a detriment to my own health and my own, sanity. So what I discovered was I just had a lot on my plate. Honestly, I have 2 kids, I have a job, I have a house, I have a partner, I have, family, I have friends, and I really was overextending myself for all of these people. And some people will be like, well, how do you overextend yourself for your kids? Like, not that I don't want to do all the things that I do for my kids. Like, after I know that I'm good, they're my priority. So anything that they need and anything that they want, I'm going to do what I have to do for them. And if it means, driving from one end of the city to the other end of the city twice a week to take my son to basketball, I'm going to do that because it's something that he loves and I want to be supportive, and I actually enjoy it. Being a basketball mom is one of the hats that I wear with pride. Like, I love going to games, I love going to practices, I love cheering him on, cheering his team on. It's just, one of the things that I do that gives me a little rush, like, I love the atmosphere of, the competitive nature of basketball and just the vibe. His team is like a family. I just love it. That's one thing that I do that takes a lot of time out of my day, out of my week, but I would not change that. I have a 3-year-old daughter. She's not too involved in extracurricular activities yet, but she definitely will be. So next to being a basketball mom, I will soon be putting on the hat of a dance mom. She loves gymnastics, she loves dance, she loves singing, she's very artsy, so that's soon to come. So can't wait to start that. But again, that's one more thing to add to my already full plate, so I have to really think about how I'm going to navigate my days and my weeks to not only get these things done, these are just two of the things that I'm going to have to do, but also to get all the priority things that I have on my day-to-day schedule done, and also make time for myself. I work full-time, so right there, 8 hours a day gone, Monday to Friday. So I can't really bargain with that, right? We have to work, we have bills to pay, we have a house to upkeep, so work is not really a negotiable factor. But where I can lessen the burden of work, I definitely have to try to lessen that burden. Again, taking care of family, taking care of your spouse, being there for your family, being there for your spouse, being there for your friends. Those are all things that we have on our plate that, when we don't do them as others would like us to do them, we feel guilty for, slacking in that regard. But again, self-care says you have to make sure you're good before you can make sure all of everyone around you is good. So like I said, I want to start putting me first, and I want to start doing things for myself to maintain my own peace and my own composure. So I know I have a lot of things that I do every day, and I sometimes don't even have time for myself, but I have to be intentional about making the time. I have to be intentional about putting self-care at the top of my priority list. And I have a few ideas. I've actually sat down and looked at my schedule in the most literal sense and thought about how I could carve out some time just for me and what self-care would look like for me. So some of the things I came up with were first, reading. I actually love to read books. I enjoy books about anything to do with the revolution. I love books that talk about the revolution, how people migrated from one end of the earth to another and built a life, and colonization. Those things interest me. Caribbean history, American history, Canadian history, European history. I love books about history and the revolution. So I'm definitely going to attempt to start incorporating reading back into my regular life. Might not do traditional books, paper, hardcover, softcover books. I'm probably going to try out audiobooks. I feel like it's more conducive to my lifestyle, my busy lifestyle, if I just pop on my headphones while I'm on my way to work, or I can listen to it while I'm driving anywhere. I still get my indulgence of reading, but I don't have to physically be sitting still to read. I can still be on the go and read at the same time, which is something that I feel like I would like. So I'm going to try that. I'll let you guys know how that's going. Again, just an idea. I'm going to try it. I'll keep you updated on my progress with my self-care journey. But yeah, reading. So we'll try to do that. My next idea is working out. Every now and then, especially when it comes time to go on vacation, I have this big rush of adrenaline. I gotta go, I gotta work out, I'm gonna go to boot camp, I'm gonna lose 10 pounds, get fit, get beach ready, and I'll do that for 2-3 months, and I'll go on vacation, and then I won't do it again for a year or two. But I feel like I need to make working out a consistent part of my regular everyday life, not just like a crash diet or whatever, like just a couple weeks or a month before I go on vacation once a year or once every other year. Like, I need to really incorporate being healthier in my everyday life. I feel like if I'm healthy in body, I'll be healthy in mind. So that's another thing that I really want to try to do. And I'm going to start with 15 minutes twice a week. Doesn't sound like much, but slow and steady wins the race, as they say, not once say, they always say it, slow and steady wins the race. So I'm going to start with that. You don't have to go to a gym to work out. You don't have to go out of your way to work out. Like, I have a yoga mat in my basement. I have access to YouTube, and there's a lot of workout apps that you can get on your phone, Fitbit and all that. I'm going to try to, do some workouts in my house. If it's even like, a couple sets of push-ups, sit-ups, squats, a couple sets of that every night, just to get me going and get me back into the groove of working out. I think that will be a good challenge for me. And, it will be that little 15 minutes a day will just be me time. So, again, self-care, healthy mind, healthy body will give you a healthy spirit and an overall healthy aura about yourself. Another idea that I had in regards to self-care for me is movie nights. I love watching movies. I haven't been to a movie theater in a long time. I think the last movie I saw in theaters was, oh my gosh. The last movie I saw in theaters, I believe it was the animated version of The Grinch. Maybe last year? I want to say last year. I seen that. Oh, yes, and I seen Aladdin, the remake of Aladdin with Will Smith. I thought that was a really good movie. You guys let me know if you liked it. Everyone says it wasn't Robin Williams. It definitely wasn't. But I still think Will Smith did that movie justice, and I loved it. Yeah, I like getting my hair and nails done. I think I do that like once a month, and that's definitely a time where I can take for myself and just unwind and relax. So I think if I do any self-care right now, it would be getting my hair and nails done when I get my hair and nails done. But I'm not too fussy with that, so it's not a necessity that I go all the time. When my hair needs to get done, I definitely go and get it done. When my nails need to get done, I definitely go and get it done. So another idea, not something that is new, but definitely something that I can probably do more of. So yeah, those are my ideas on what I can do to help myself with self-care. Again, if you guys have suggestions, if you guys have tips, if you guys have questions, topic suggestions, please let me know. You can DM me on Instagram. My contact information is in the description. You can also email me, also available in the description. And I hope you guys enjoyed our little chat. I look forward to episode 2 with you guys next week. I will be having a guest speaker on the podcast. She is one of my closest friends. She is basically as close as a sister could get without having the same mom or the same dad. But yeah, I honestly love her to pieces, and I can't wait for her to bless the podcast with her presence. And I hope you guys love what we have to talk about. It's gonna be fun, guys. We're gonna have some good topics that we're gonna talk about. We're gonna chop it up, and we're gonna keep it real. All right, guys, thanks for listening again. Real Talks with Lou. Tune in Tuesdays and Thursdays. Sorry for the delay on this first podcast. I had some editing issues, but I will try my best to get them out on time moving forward. All right, love you guys. Take care and have a great weekend.